The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
In this edition, NFA Board visits facility. O'Neill perjury case discontinued. And Gurius the Barris to set tone for Saturday rugby action. In 2022, Papua New Guinea's National Fisheries Authority announced the official opening of the country's first commercial sea cucumber and fish hatchery. This sand fish hatchery is part of the West New Britain Provincial Government's Fin Fisheries project. On Wednesday, 17 April, the board of the NFA, led by Chairman Laurie William, visited this facility. On Tuesday, 16 April, the board of the NFA, led by Chairman Laurie William, arrived at Hoskins Airport. They were given a grand welcome organized by the provincial government and the local people. On Wednesday, the NFA board visited the Marigold facility, a facility in which the NFA has supported funding the establishment of essential infrastructure like the jetty and the shore-based facility. Chinese company Marigold Limited, led by Managing Director Jackie Chan, have partnered with the West New Britain Provincial Government to purchase and export. The provincial government receives 20% for every export made. The sandfish hatchery that officially opened on 19 August 2022 has become a hub where sea cucumbers are bred and also for local fish farmers to grow their own stock.
The government, through the agency NFA, is embarking on a policy that all life animals from a line or rural area must involve. Right? So institutions and companies like Marigold are key partners to the old policy that the government is driving. We make decisions on the board without being well informed. So moving forward, you will notice that the board will be going around in a lot of the coastal areas to see looking planting investments or planting facilities, so that when we make policies or we deliberate on policies matters, that we are being well informed and to make decisions going forward.
The Marigold MD says the company has been in operation for 3 years, with 21 locations supported by local communities. Their operations include 50 sea cucumber farms.
People like inviting NFA at the province government of develop this plant in country. Okay. As the tiny thank you, long NFA MD, board members, and the chairman, you shall understand notified request from me.
Chen says the company has already contributed to local farmers more than 250,000 sea cucumber and fish from the facility, as agreed on through an MOU between the company and the West New Britain Provincial Government. Meanwhile, there is still a ban on harvesting sea cucumbers. Chairman Williams said sea cucumber farming is a concept that will greatly move this area of fishery forward, highlighting that when the season opens up, it benefits almost 500,000 families, and during the 4 months during harvest, the fishery is worth more than 50 million kina. Thus, William reiterated the significance of a carefully framed development plan for the fisheries sector moving forward and outlined the board's expectations of the Marigold Company.
On behalf of the board, there's two things, Marigold management, that we want to see. One is that we want to see you develop that concept more, because it does impact a lot of people. I also understand that through the provincial fisheries, you sign up cooperatives, and this is the way we go, to engage cooperatives along the coast and get them engaged. All right, that's one. Secondly, we want to make sure that you guys have to comply with the management plan, with the regulatory functions, because that's the only way we can sustain. If you can work within the regulatory framework which the regulator sets, everyone is a winner.
According to National Fisheries Authority Managing Director Justin Ilakini, West New Britain is a leading maritime province in regards to facilitating the rollout of important government development priorities. Ilakini this week joined the NFA board in visiting some sea cucumber farms along the northern shoreline of the province. Almost 98% of Papua New Guineans are involved in non-tuna sectors. These are coastal fisheries, inland fisheries, and aquaculture. National Fisheries Authority Managing Director Justin Ilakini says the NFA is pursuing the national government's call on the Fisheries Authority to broaden the sector, emphasizing a sector that should not depend on tuna, but also capture and promote the effective and meaningful participation of the nation's people in other non-tuna sectors.
You will note that sectors such as coastal fisheries, inland fisheries, and aquaculture constitute almost 98% of our people. You find them in those sectors, not in tuna fishery. Yesterday, you saw it for yourselves. The excitement on the faces of those women and men and children in the villages. They can see opportunities coming to them at the grassroots level through the initiative of promoting commercial scale farming of beach timber.
Ilakini says his visit of the farms and tour of the Marigold facility reported that the survival rate of sea cucumbers is now around 60%. He says this means the future of sea cucumber fishery in Papua New Guinea is promising.
It's very promising for people now to go into that activity where they don't need to depend and put pressure on the wild stocks anymore. We can start to commercialize a fishery that was prone to boom and bust cycles. So the future of a fishery where most of our people depend on looks very bright, though we have closed it for the last 4 years because of the fact that we want to see alternative options and initiatives that can help us to come up with better options for our people, where we should not open a fishery just to close it in 6 months' time.
The NFA Managing Director commended the West New Britain provincial government, administration, and its hard-working farmers for their efforts in this fishery space.
And this is the kind of partnership that we are encouraging at the NFA. When we signed MOUs with the provincial governments, we anticipated such partnerships where we work with the provincial governments, and the provincial government should not be dependent on NFA, but start to generate their own income, start to do their own things. And this is exactly what West New Britain provincial government has done.
Meantime, West New Britain Provincial Administrator Leo Mapmani highlights the province's need to diversify economic activities.
Marigold is concentrating on the northern shoreline of New Britain Island, West New Britain, but there is more interest for people on the southern end as well too. They see that we need to diversify. We cannot rely on one economic activities. You've seen West New Britain is oil palm. We got logging, we got cacao, we got copra, but we haven't really tapped into the marine space. Apart from like what we are doing now. So
you're watching TVWAN News. O'Neill perjury case discontinued and police conducting eviction awareness. We'll have those stories and more when we return.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. magic kakaroon, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a grateful mood too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bungim Yumi.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi Trubla, all get a young plan alapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Crosses the line, too easy. Over the top, and this is a good ball out wide, and there goes the Cutters.
Up down, Edwards gives it away to Ruba, stands him up and scores. Galvin and the line kicks, they're in. They just can't be killed off tonight. Petra Boyman slows through untouched. The Flasher Reese rolls the big dive. 9.9, he gets to the landing. The Schiller is above the
ball. Welcome back. The perjury case against former Prime Minister and member for Yalibu Pangia, Peter O'Neill, was discontinued at the National Court today for want of prosecution. O'Neill was arrested and charged on 12 June 2023 for allegedly lying under oath during the UBS loan inquiry. A relieved O'Neill welcomed the court's decision describing the actions to have him arrested and charged as a political witch hunt.
When the perjury case against former Prime Minister and member for Yalibu Pangia, Peter O'Neill, returned before Justice Berrigan this morning, the unthinkable happened. Public Prosecutor Raphael Luman presented a declaration before the judge, officially stating his intention not to proceed with the case, having considered that the evidence was insufficient to warrant a successful prosecution.
This particular case has been case that has been politically motivated. I have known all along that there has been no evidence because the truth is that what has happened is I have stated in the Commission of Inquiry. But as politics been very dirty in PNG, this case has been politicized, and now the court and the public prosecutors found that there's no evidence to proceed. And that is not concluded. So we'll see how it goes.
This declaration was endorsed by Justice Berrigan and the matter discontinued. O'Neill welcomed this news and decried what he termed as dirty politics, played to have him arrested and charged without a single evidence. O'Neill in a statement further said while the intention of his arrest was to discredit and distract him, it did not achieve its purpose. Instead, strengthened his resolve to see positive change in the country. In response to a statement issued by the Police Commissioner on the day of his arrest last June, O'Neill noted that no further arrests have been made. He said this case should serve as an example for those in positions of authority to uphold their oath and have sufficient evidence before arresting, charging and prosecuting someone. O'Neill thanked his lawyers for handling his case in a professional manner, extending his gratitude to fellow members of the opposition, the PNC family, his many friends, and his immediate family. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
24 public servants today were confirmed police reservists in a pass-out parade at the Bomana Police College today. They underwent 6 weeks of community policing reservist training and now play an important role in upholding the law and keeping peace and good order in the community.
The 24 public servants, 5 female and 19 male, are certified law enforcers who will keep peace and good order in the community as police reservists. The 24 were officially recognized today in a pass-out ceremony at the Bomana Police College. The public servants are employees in the Department of Justice and Attorney General, Department for Community Development and Religion, Office of Censorship, and the National Child and Family Services. They recently completed 6 weeks of community policing reservist training, where they covered basic policing subjects, physical training, and foot drills. Secretary for the Constitutional Law Reform Commission, Dr. Mangai Maku, congratulated the public servants for being the first police reservist trained under the community policing training. Dr. Maku told the reservists that they now have an important role to play in upholding Section 197 of the Constitution, which outlines the roles and responsibilities of a police officer.
The function of laying complaints, prosecute, withdraw charges. These are detailed matters that should have been captured elsewhere, but they are captured within the Constitution of Papua New Guinea, which simply means that the role of our police officers and role of our police reserves are very, very important.
He said their main objective is to bring peace and good order to the community they serve.
That is the ultimate goal of you being in that particular uniform that you are in.
Laurel Yakam received the overall DAX award.
It's also very eye-opening for all of us in terms of, what police officers are taught in the classroom in terms of their ethics, code of conduct, and the basics of law. Because we had no idea that police officers were taught these things as well. So, and it makes you appreciate also the police officers and the work that they do. We tend to criticize them a lot, but we don't know what's going on in the background.
Assistant Commissioner of Police for Crimes Division Ojes Iti encouraged the reservists to apply discipline in their policing duties, emphasizing that their primary role is protecting and serving the community.
There's only one unique character of that uniform. You must never, until you are decommissioned, forget that you are endowed with the responsibility of service. Service to the nation and its citizens. Your first duty is to serve the citizens of this country and our friends who help us in our development agendas.
Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
In a move set to revolutionize employer benefits and member perks, NASFund unveiled its innovative employer-to-employer discount program today, partnering with renowned companies such as Airways, Lamana Hotel, Brian Bell, CPL Hardware House, Digitech ICT Limited, Theodist, and PIH. NASFund aims to provide exclusive discounts to both employers and employees.
The E2E, or Employer-to-Employer Discount Program, introduces a novel concept where employers can enjoy significant discounts using a specially issued membership card. Launched during today's event, unlike traditional membership discount programs, E2E extends benefits to employers empowering them with financial savings previously inaccessible. NASFAN CEO Rajiv Sharma said this was a first-of-its-kind initiative where participating employers not only enhance their profitability but also foster economic growth within the NASFAN ecosystem.
So when they grow together, they'll employ more people, we get more contributions, so there is a vested interest. So someone from PIH goes to Theodis today, they will get discount. Someone from Theodis who already has a card goes to PIH, they will get discount. As a company, you will get a discount.
The program aims to bridge the gap between large corporations and small to medium-sized enterprises, ensuring equal access to discounts and promoting economic inclusivity. By providing discounts on B2B or business-to-business transactions, NASFAN fosters a symbiotic relationship among its members and partner businesses, stimulating economic activity and mutual growth.
As on the space of it being a value partner for NASFAN, and also to mention that we recently welcomed NASFAN as one of our major shareholders on board. So that is a great step in terms of bringing value to their clients, bringing value to their members, and taking healthcare to a different level in the country.
CEO Rajiv Sharma, during an interview, hinted at future endeavors, teasing additional benefits into the pipeline. He emphasized NASFAN's commitment to its members, promising further value additions in the coming months.
See, this is one benefit. We are working on other benefits, and I will not like to disclose at this stage, but there are more things coming in. Some work needs to be done around that, but definitely our aim is we need to look after our members, and definitely you look out for that. Probably next 2 to 3 months time we will be launching another such discount offers.
With the launch of the E2E program marking a significant milestone for NASFAN and its members, anticipation mounts for future initiatives aimed at enriching the NASFAN experience. As NASFAN continues to innovate and expand its offerings, members can expect further opportunities for savings and rewards, solidifying NASFAN's position as a premier provider of financial solutions and benefits. Kaokidu Jr., TVWAN News.
In responding to inquiries about potential involvement from educational institutions with the recently launched employer-to-employer discount program, NASFAN CEO confirmed that schools contributing to NASFAN would also benefit from the program. He said that schools, as participating employers, will receive the same advantages, allowing them to access discounts on various products and services.
Schools, if they are contributing members, then a school will also get, and it's a very good question, because if a school is a participating employer and their teachers contribute to us, it means a school will be entitled to one of such cards, and with that card they can go to Theodist and they can avail discounts. They can go to Brandbill and buy stuff which will be 15% or 30% if the time is right, a discount from those products, or then go to hardware house where they can get discount, or they have to hold a function or hold a seminar, they can go to Lamana and Airways and avail discount there.
A group of police officers in the National Capital District have started conducting awareness to the residents living at 9 Miles Bushwara area. The settlers are being asked to vacate the land before July 11, 2024. There is a court order from the National Court dated March 12, 2024 calling for the settlers to move out because the land belongs to No. 1 Super Limited.
Police officers in the nation's capital began conducting awareness at the Bushwara area at 9 Mile, advising settlers to start relocating before July 11, 2024. The police is acting on a court order served by the National Court on March 12 this year. The land portions that need to be made vacant are portion 2156, 2157 and 2159, which belong to No. 1 Super Limited. Assistant Commissioner of Police Acting Commander NCDO Central Peter Guinness said police officers were instructed by the court to raise awareness among the settlers. Guinness said police officers will conduct the awareness exercise until July 10th to ensure the settlers comply with the court orders and avoid being in contempt of court. ACP Guinness said people living in the land in question must understand court processes and voluntarily leave. Guinness said police officers will also be on site 24/7 to ensure the safe eviction of people occupying the Bushwara area. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2559 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2559 US, $0.3961 Australian dollars, $0.2330 euro, and 39.29 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices, at New York closed, cocoa, copra, crude oil, and copper closed higher, while gold, coffee, and palm oil closed a day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia! Buying PNG made.
All Mama Flame is Lori Olsem.
Me say you sing flame flower long one yem. Me say me Kim Kai Kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me save like him flower balls belong me what them kawa war na spring onion. All pikinini belong me save like him to mas pineapple donut me save walk him lo house. Ne make kumu mix him what them kiao na karama pim long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is kelly one time olara pela kai kai. Me save kisi more kai kai long all get a toya mi tromoy one time flame flower.
You in a baking more one time flame flower.
Attention rice lovers! We are giving away 300,000 kina worth of scale school money. 1,000 kina could be yours. With 300 winners and 4 fortnightly draws, your chances are higher than ever. Buy any 1 kg to 20 kg scale or ori rice, cut out the grown for PNG stamp, put it in an envelope with your name, contact details, and drop it in an entry box at selected outlets. Promotion ends March 29, 2024. Hurry and win big with scale and ori rice. Follow us on social media for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
They need to split it up wide. Here they go. Kamadi now. He's the man inside ball again.
Oh, razzle dazzle from the Hunters. What a try. They bedazzled not only the tweet singers but the commentators as well. What a beautifully worked play for that try. Absolutely majestic.
Spin it right on the last. Just nurses it over. Oh, beautiful take and spin move there. Brenton Bora.
Have fun with your Paw Pals this April.
Wait till they see what I have planned.
What? Catch new episodes of Bugs Bunny Builders as the Looney Crew put their paws together to build and solve problems.
Sounds like we've got a job to do.
And join Best Pals, Mittens and Pants as they find new ways to play.
I know what we can play.
Your Paw Pals are waiting every day from 7 a.m. on Cartoonito.
Thanks for staying with us. In news overseas, after a relatively well-organized and peaceful day of voting in Solomon Islands, the Electoral Commission began working with donor partners to safely transport ballot boxes from polling stations all over the country to centrally located counting venues. It is a massive exercise with over 200 New Zealand Defence Force personnel Wednesday providing logistical support across the 100,000 square kilometers sprawling island chain to ensure that those who want to vote have an opportunity to do so. This is the first time the country has conducted simultaneous voting for national and provincial election candidates. Meanwhile, the Solomon Islands Electoral Commission has declared the first results of the 2024 joint election. The Chief Electoral Officer and Commissioner Jasper Highwood Anisi declared that the winning candidate for Anuta Ward is Whenua John Wesley, Tiritonga Ward Leo James, Taimana and Robert Oge for Kukum Ward. Samoa may not be a big country, but when it comes to churches, it is anything but small. The country is home to some of the Pacific's biggest and most expensive churches. While there is no denying their beauty, there is a huge cost for parishes and other congregations.
Samoa is famous for its churches. Not just the sheer number of them, but their size and unique designs. They also come with a massive price tag, paid for mostly by donations from churchgoers.
If you don't mind, how much are we talking in terms of cash that was needed to get this up and going?
Yes, the budget was 13,800,000 Thailand.
The Church of St. Teresa of the Child Jesus in Lipia took 8 years to build and was funded mainly by donations.
Does it put too much pressure on families though?
Yes, it is, but it's through faith. The faith of each community member. There's nobody else that we can rely on.
If we believe that God asked us to build this church, then we are more or less instrument of Him to just build a church.
This is just one of dozens of large churches, many costing millions of dollars across Samoa, but the financial obligations can weigh heavily. In Melbourne, a Samoan mother who we've chosen not to identify sends money back to Samoa for her family church every week. She says she's donated 20,000 Australian dollars over the past 4 years.
That much can do so much for my family. Let me say, it's hard. We, for example, are trying to pay the mortgage. We have 12 kids to look after.
Historian Soia Louise Matayamilo says while churches keep asking for donations, some aren't returning the favour.
They don't know that our women are suffering violence. They don't know that our youth are falling into the cracks of society. I think that is where the church should come in.
The chairman of Samoa's National Council of Churches told us that while he doesn't represent every parish, he doesn't believe anyone is being forced to donate. He said people should not give money if they don't have it. Nonetheless, the church remains a key pillar in Samoan society.
This is their house of worship, and I think coming together is better than praying alone.
This year's theme for the 53rd Pacific Islands Forum is Transformative, Resilient Pacific, Build Better Now. The theme was launched in Tonga last week as the kingdom prepares to host regional leaders and their delegations in August. Tonga's Prime Minister Sovaleni will chair the forum, saying this year is about action, working towards the goals set out in the 2050 Blue Pacific Strategy. The forum's Secretary General Henry Puna acknowledged Tonga's history as one of the forum's founding nations. It will be Tonga's 4th time hosting the event, and Puna says it is a proud task for the whole country. The PIF Leaders Meeting will be held on August 26 to 30, 2024 in Nuku'alofa. Trading has resumed this morning at Bondi Junction Shopping Centre in Sydney's East. The Trail Workers Union is urging the public not to ask staff to recount Saturday's attack.
We're expecting the store to continue under what they're calling quiet time conditions for the time being. We understand that it'll be up to individual stores to decide whether or not they reopen their doors today. We know that many staff members are still trying to process the events of what happened on Saturday. Now, we know that yesterday the store reopened its doors for a day of mourning, and that allowed retail workers to come back and to walk through the store and to come in the comfort of their colleagues too, and to try and process just what happened. So they're urging shoppers when they approach staff members today and in their interactions with them to offer them messages of love and support and to be kind and caring, but not to ask staff members to recount their experiences if they were there on that Saturday, and not to ask them to relive this trauma that they would have gone through on Saturday as well. Now, people are being urged to be kind and caring. As we know, people process things in many different ways. A psychiatrist who works in this Bondi area spoke to News Breakfast this morning. This is what he had to say.
It could potentially be re-traumatising for them to be spoken to about what they've witnessed, what they've experienced. I think people deal with something like this in different ways. So for some people, they will be talking to family and friends and, getting that kind of support. For others, they might be trying to take their mind off it, avoiding coverage in the media, doing things that they enjoy and, really trying to focus on other things. So I guess, there are professionals here to talk to if you'd like to talk to someone about the incident, but perhaps staff are not the right people to approach.
So as he said there will be mental health workers around the shopping centre today to help people process their grief, but there will also be another floral tribute on level 4, as well as condolence books for people to sign. So if you are heading into Bondi Junction today, the message from authorities is a little kindness goes a long way.
Tributes continue to flood Sydney's Bondi Westfield shopping centre following a knife attack on Saturday, with 6 people were fatally stabbed and others injured. Mental health workers in the Bondi area says underfunded public services often mean patients do not receive the level of care they require. Psychiatrist Cameron Ahmed says the sector is at crisis point.
Something like this in different ways. So for some people, they will be talking to family and friends and, getting that kind of support. For others, they might be trying to take their mind off it, avoiding coverage in the media, doing things that they enjoy and, really trying to focus on other things. So I guess, there are professionals here to talk to if you'd like to talk to someone about the incident, but perhaps staff are not the right people to approach. I think this really shines a light on the issues with underfunding in mental health services. I'd say, we're at a crisis point, really. We're understaffed, positions are vacant and hard to fill, beds are closing. Someone with schizophrenia and a high-risk profile would ideally have a case manager, and that would be a nurse or a social worker, for example, who would keep in touch with them and monitor risk. And that's demanding work, so really people need to be paid fairly for that. I think a lot of people are choosing to work elsewhere because of the cost of living crisis. I suppose I will mention that it's hard to know exactly what difference it would have made in this particular case without knowing all the specifics, but broadly speaking, we're grossly underfunded, and not just for serious mental illness, also for more common mental health conditions. People speak of the missing middle, where you have to be very unwell to access public mental health services and very wealthy to access private mental health services. So there are a lot of people that fall into the middle where they're not sick enough and not wealthy enough, so they're just not getting any help. We hear a lot from politicians about increased funding, but we don't really see anything on the ground. And I think, from my perspective, one of the biggest things to focus on is staff retention and, paying people fairly for the work that they're doing to prevent this mass exodus from mental health services.
And that ends the news segment. Jasmine will join you for sports after the break.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
National Population Census ibay kamapok noong June 2024 na National Statistic Office iwok ng Painimong Kutulaman Mary pusat ibay make iwok ng kisim data inside long 1-1 board na LLG belong all. You inap long apply suppose Christmas belong you istop mamel long 18 na 45 years. You must finish in grade 10 school or antap. You must fit na healthy na nogat heavy long eye na you must again talk to good na clear long eye belong all man Mary. You must igat experience long kisim data or survey before. You must igat one pela bank account na you must igat survey long using all kind machine also Android phone or tablet too. Suppose you think also you inap long making work belong census 2024, you can go kiss him application form long provincial NSO office close to you, or you can download it long www.nso.gov.pg. Pull up in this form na sunny wanted CV belong you igolong provincial census coordinator or provincial recruitment coordinator long NSO office is close to you. Closing date ibay long number 19 day belong Moon April 2024. This bilatok save ikisim to right ikam long office belong national statistician.
As he got the legs, Cheetah's coming across. Well used move, and Stanley goes in. Since goes back inside, and Timok is running away, and there it is.
Suppose prophecy and true, want to big the fight will come out.
Na time him come through, me hope when me stop life yet to fight to this position you talk man.
Me must make sure to protect him. What a line blame me, especially Malia.
Mitra ready. The chosen one, Mitra.
Welcome back to NRL 360. We're lucky to have Melbourne Storm coach Craig Bellamy joining us now. What about it last night? Reece Walsh found guilty. Flick around the corner! There's your magic show in Vegas! You and Buzz just walked into the nightclub room. Grand finals, obviously, so that's the biggest game of the year. 2 at the 4 Club. All right, well, fans, keep your eyes open and ears open to see who's going next.
Many miracles are happening, and especially happening instantly.
2008, I used to have problem with my legs, and I was suffering with my legs for 15 years.
I was fighting for my life.
Possessed by evil spirits 3 times.
I couldn't see anything.
So now you're good.
I'm good.
Upon coming to the Lord Jesus, they are seeing results. They are seeing changes. The same God wants to do for you.
Welcome back. The East New Britain Egma Gurias are set to take on the Central Dabaris at Santos National Football Stadium this Saturday, April the 20th. The Gurias were relocated to Port Moresby for their home games due to the ongoing renovations at Tokwa Airport runway. However, they have made NFS their temporary home. The Gurias-Dabaris clash should set the tone for Saturday's mouth-watering QRL Host Plus Cup Round 6 blockbuster between the SP-PNG Hunters and the Red Cliff Dolphins.
While the Gurias would love to be playing in front of their parochial home ground at Callabon Oval in Kokopo, their transition to the capital city has so far been good. If anything, Gurias have shown their dominance in the opening round of the 2024 season after defeating reigning premiers Angamioks last week in a high-scoring match, 38-28. The win has put the Gurias in good stead for Saturday's epic match against a desperate Central Dabaris outfit boosted with the acquisition of a number of marquee players this season. Dabaris coach Stephen Gunua should use last week's narrow loss to Wagitumbe as a wake-up call to regroup and bounce back against Gurias. In their last 4 encounters, Gurias have come out on top every time. Both teams play similar style of footy, using speed, skill and stamina against their opponents. The other Saturday 2 p.m. match is between Wamga Mount Hagen Eagles and KMH Miox in Minch. Round 2 action continues Sunday, both doubleheaders in Port Moresby and Lae. 1 p.m. NFS Croton Hello Wigman meet West New Britain Provincial Government Kimber Cutters. After their upset win over the Lace Next Tigers at home in Kimber last week, Cutters will be pumped to give it to the more fancied Wigmen, licking their wounds after their loss to PRK Mandimuruks in Lae last week. In the main match 3 p.m, Bonnie Plus NCDC Vipers should welcome back Asila Wakitumbe to NFS after a year off. Vipers didn't look too convincing against Lahanis last week and would need some big improvement this week. Meanwhile, Tumbe kicked off their comeback season on the right footing with a dominant performance against the Baris last week. Tumbe led 18-4 at halftime before the Baris clawed their way back into the contest. Unfortunately, they fell short 14-18 at full time. Tumbe are up against a different kettle of fish this weekend and will be wary of the Vipers' aggression and physical game. This promises to be a thriller. Lae Rugby League fans will be treated to an equally entertaining doubleheader this Sunday when the Lace Next Tigers welcome PRK Galfiso to Lae Rugby League pitch. With both coming off losses, this should be a match to watch at 3 p.m, preceded by another clash of the Titans, PRK Mendi Muruks versus Bintagur Goroka Lahanis. Muruks, after their hard-fought win against Wigman last week, cannot afford to lose focus against the 2023 TDSL Action Mobile Cup runners-up who were unlucky not to get a win against the Vipers last week and will be up for their first victory this weekend. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Southern Highlands' favourite son and SP PNG Hunters flyer Solowane is again challenging himself to step up and play his role well on the wing this year. Wane, who recently celebrated his milestone 50th game since in the QRL Cup, made his debut for the Hunters back in 2021. He said 7 years without playing in the finals is quite frustrating, but as a playing group, the Hunters have set themselves some short goals, but ultimately playing finals footy is at the back of their minds. For him personally, Wane admitted that since the 2024 season kicked off, he hasn't scored a try. He remains hopeful in breaking the drought in the coming games. Wane is hyped up for this weekend's round 6 clash against Redcliffe Dolphins at the Santos National Football Stadium.
For me personally, from the start, it was hard. I've been through some struggles, some ups and downs, but I managed to pick myself up during my journey, and then for me to play 50th game, not all the Hunters players came this far or have received this milestone, but for me personally to come this far and play this 50th game, it's something that I will treasure more, and it's like something that I will still keep in with me. So, past and previous years we haven't been in the finals, so I think the boys are turning up this year with new attitude and new mindset. So, yeah, we're looking forward to play a good footy, and then hopefully we can play the finals. Haven't scored any since the round 1, so hoping for a 1 or 2 or a trick.
The SPPNG Hunters are coming off a bye this weekend, looking refreshed with renewed energy when they welcome second play Redcliffe Dolphins back to Port Moresby for their round 6 clash 3 p.m. Saturday, April the 20th at the Santos National Football Stadium. There's a common bond that exists between the two clubs, with Dolphins being the first QRL club to host the PNG Hunters in the inaugural opening match of Queensland's Cup 10 years ago in 2014. This particular rivalry is also signified by the Stan Joyce Cup Challenge, named after Hunters chairman Stan Joyce.
To the big man.
The PNG Hunters have a lot to play for this weekend as the competition ramps up. They'll be wary of what the Dolphins will bring to the table as the old rival unfolds in front of the parochial home crowd. The Dolphins are currently sitting in second place on the ladder, making them a strong challenge for the Hunters. However, the Hunters have proven themselves at home, winning their last 2 home matches against Wynnum Manly Seagulls in round 1 and Sunshine Coast Falcons in round 3. In their last meeting in 2023, the PNG Hunters got up over the Finns 26-22, thus fans can be assured of another close finish. Currently, the Hunters are in 10th place and will be looking to defend their clean home record with a win against the Dolphins. On the team's lineup, following the Hunters' loss to the winless Tweedhead Seagulls in round 4, coach Paul Ayton has brought back his starting number 7 Jamie Mavoko as Joshua Lau's partner in the halves, while the versatile Robert Mathias returns for Eliza Rotinga to partner Clint Lama in the centres. Up front, Valentine Richard and Welland Tauloi come back into the forward pack with Junior Rob out. The rest of the team is as per program. Finley Glare, Waya Koi, Koso Bandi and Alex Max will start off the bench. For the Bantio's coach Dolphins side, they'll be looking for a fast start against the PNG boys this Saturday after coming from behind to beat a very good Northern Pride side last week. Dolphins showed glimpses of the best they can be on their day, but won't be taking the Hunters lightly, especially on their home ground. Dolphins, though, will be missing the services of a few of their experienced players promoted to the top grade. They'll still be a formidable outfit capable of reversing the curse on the Hunters after their 26-22 loss in their corresponding match last year. In their past head-to-head matchups, the Dolphins have come out on top 8 times, while the Hunters won 7 times with 1 draw in total from 16 meetings. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
To sports overseas, in Japan, the ancient sport of sumo is wrestling with how to accept female competitors on equal footing as men challenging deeply held traditions. University student Ryo Hasegawa is one of the women trying to modernize attitudes towards the sport they love.
Keio University is one of the most prestigious in Japan. It's never had a woman at its sumo club in its 100-year history until Ryo pushed the door open.
あんまり大学でその女子相撲部みたいなのでやってるところってなんかこう数が男子に比べたらすごい少なくて、昔はねそれこそなんか女のくせにみたいな言われたこともありましたけど、なんか今ここでは全くそういうこと言われないですし、私のこともちゃんと受け入れてくれてますし、チームの一員としてこう認めてくれてる。
Do you see yourself as a pioneer for women's sumo?
そんな大それたものではないと思いますけど。
世界で戦っている選手なので、本当にまずはもう尊敬する先輩で、稽古でも本当に人一倍本当に相撲にすごい熱心な先輩なので、いろんな面で尊敬したり学ばせていただいているところがあります。
With no professional competition for women, Ryo knows she'll probably have to give it all up after university.
あんまりこの相撲を続けながら社会人働きながら相撲を続けるっていう自分のイメージが湧かなくて、大学卒業と同時に相撲をやめようかなって思った。やめようかなというか、やめざるを得なくなってしまうのかな。私もその世界で相撲でね、アスリートとして食べていけるっていう生活があったらすごく夢があるので参加してみたいですね。
And that ends the sports segment. Over to you, Maricela.
Thanks, Jasmine. We'll now have the weather forecast. Port Moresby and Daru, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. In Momase, Lae, partly cloudy with few showers. Over in Wewak and Vanimo, some showers with possible thunderstorms. And New Guinea Islands, KVN, Kokopo and Rabaul, mostly fine or partly cloudy. In the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And that ends the news edition tonight. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.